Chinese New Year has officially begun, and I thought it would be a good time to finally be able to share with you my small but what I do believe to be mighty haul from Tokyo Disney Resort, which of course features some Chinese New Year merchandise from the parks. And this year happens to be my animal year, the tiger. So you'll be able to see a tiger or two being featured in some of the merchandise I'll be sharing with you today. Just a quick note that most of the Chinese New Year merchandise has already been sold out at the parks, or very few remaining, because most of the Chinese New Year merchandise is released in the previous year. So it was released in November of last year in 2021. Chinese New Year merchandise is quite popular with a lot of the Japanese people. A lot of households like to celebrate the new year with the Chinese animal of the year. And I normally don't buy Chinese New Year stuff, but as I mentioned before, it just so happens to be my animal year, so I kind of went a little crazy this time. And the first thing I want to share with you is this set of postcards, and this is one of a kind because it comes with 5 postcards. Most of the time Tokyo Disney sells 1 or 2 at most, so to be able to find 5 in a set is quite rare and quite special. A lot of the merchandise this year features this little guy, which I will go into greater detail later on, but you'll also see here Raja, which is of course Jasmine's tiger, Shere Khan, which is from the Jungle Book, as well as Tigger from, of course, Winnie the Pooh and Friends. And then in the middle here you have Mickey and Minnie wearing their kimonos, which is a very traditional garb in Japanese culture, and for some reason Chip and Dale. I'm not too sure why, but okay. I guess the more the merrier. And down here in the bottom you have spelled out here in Chinese characters and Japanese katakana, Tokyo Disney Resort. I want to especially point out that I love that little hidden Mickey in the year of 2022. So that is the first card. Let's take a look at the other 4. Oh, there are designs at the back also. This is why Tokyo Disney postcards are just so awesome. There are designs at the front and the back, and they always knock it out of the park. Pun totally intended. So this is the front, and this is the back design. Here is the front of the second card, which is just as gorgeous. I love that it's in this sort of book style. By the way, these little figures that you see here are in the shape of daruma, and daruma are ornaments or figures that are often set out in celebration of the coming new year because they represent luck and prosperity. So they are quite appropriate for that time of year. And here they are as well in the previous card, just so that you can see that they are quite a pair. The second item I want to share with you is a character that is probably very unknown outside of Japan, but very well loved and very well known in Tokyo Disney Resort, especially that of Tokyo Disney Sea. And I give you the tiger Chandu, who is not even a main character but a sidekick of the character in the ride Sinbad's Voyage at Arabian Coast in Disney Sea. And true to kawaii culture, he has way more merchandise featuring him than the main character of the ride himself. You can see this little guy pop up in all of the scenes in that ride. Try to spot him out, it's kind of fun. It's like playing hide and go seek because he's normally off doing his own little thing. Once again, his name is Chandu, and he is a small tiger cub, not to be mistaken as baby Raja, by the way. He is Sinbad's faithful, trusty sidekick. By the way, he normally doesn't look like this, I promise. He just looks like this because he's supposed to be in the shape of a daruma, and that's what makes him so round. And this particular merchandise sold out quite quickly, and the back is just as detailed and embroidered right there in gold stitching. 2022, that's his name. That's how you spell his name, Chandu. And I love that there's his little tail sticking out over there. Here is the tag for all the New Year merch. You have the Mickey and Minnie daruma. This is quite a large daruma. Most of daruma are about half or even a third of his size. So he's quite a big little guy. You can't go wrong with plushies from Tokyo Disney Resort. They're always so detailed, such high quality, and yeah, they're a little high in price, but you definitely get what you pay for, and it's totally worth it. Next up we have a pin. Now I recently stopped collecting pins, but occasionally I will pick up one or two depending on just how awesome the elements are or the season. I've become significantly more picky with pins because I'm trying to be careful with my collection and to be more aware and wise of my spending nowadays. Even though it doesn't have the Chinese animal featured here, there are so many fine details here that just makes this pin amazing. Like, first of all, you can see in the background here, behind Mickey and Minnie, you can see Mount Prometheus here and the castle here. So Disney Sea and Disneyland are both featured here, and I love me anything that features both parks. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. And you have here one set of flowers. I want to say that those are plum blossoms, and these are, I'm not too sure, but I've definitely seen these kinds of fauna being featured in a lot of Chinese New Year decorations around the country. On the top here in Chinese characters is the word tiger and year, so the year of the tiger. And by the way, it's a pin on pin, so the bottom logo is one pin and the background is that of Mickey and Minnie and the rest of the pin itself. And what's great about Tokyo Disney pins is that you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for them. This one in particular just costs 1,100 yen, or about 10 US dollars. For this kind of quality and that kind of price, you cannot go wrong. And the last thing I want to share with you is something that is more like a stand as opposed to a plushie, even though most of it is made of soft fabric or like could be passed off as a plush. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll try my best. This one features a lot of elements that people set out as decorations to celebrate Chinese New Year or the New Year. For example, we have here in the back bamboo, and what's great about this is that because the bamboo is fake, it'll last forever. They are made of a sort of satin-like fabric. We have Chandu being featured here in the middle, and he's just a flat piece of fabric. And then we have fanned out in the background around him like that's a tiger pattern, like tiger stripes here. A banana, which I want to say is a nod to the ride that he's from. There is a scene with bananas and monkeys there. Leaves down here. And of course, Daruma. They are the most 3D-like among the pieces of this plush stand. Mickey is a red Daruma and Minnie is a dark pink or magenta Daruma, and she has flowers around her, as does Mickey, and only Minnie has a flower in her ear. And on the back, there are also some designs on the base of this bamboo that features a lot more flowers. So it is meant to stand like so. So you can set it up on your desk or a table somewhere on your work area, and there is your very unique, I think, plush standing decoration. Once again, here is my small and mighty haul for the Chinese New Year merchandise from Tokyo Disney Resort. Do let me know which ones were your favorites or anything else you'd like to share in the comments. If you enjoyed watching this video, please do support me by giving this video a like, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I wish you nothing but the best in the coming new year. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.